As a passionate detectorist, I've always been drawn to forgotten places where history whispers through the rust and decay. One crisp autumn morning, I set my sights on an abandoned hotel tucked away in the misty hills of upstate New York, a once grand resort that had seen better days since its closure in the 1950s. Little did I know, this exploration would lead me to treasures no one could have imagined, buried beneath layers of time and neglect. The overgrown path to the entrance felt like stepping into a secret world, with vines choking the faded grandeur of the lobby. My metal detector hummed to life, its beeps promising mysteries just waiting to be unearthed. I could feel the thrill building. What secrets had this place guarded for decades? Sweeping the detector over the cracked marble floors of the main hall, the first signal came strong and steady. Digging carefully, I uncovered a sterling silver locket from the early 1900s, engraved with intricate Art Nouveau designs. This piece wasn't just jewelry. It hailed from the Gilded Age, when wealthy patrons flocked to resorts like this for lavish escapes. Such lockets often held photos of loved ones, symbolizing the era's romanticism and the social elite's penchant for personalized luxury. Valued at thousands today, it spoke volumes about the hotel's heyday as a playground for industrial tycoons. I polished it gently, imagining the stories it carried from ballroom dances long forgotten. Moving deeper into what must have been the dining room, another beep pulled me toward a cluster of rotted tables. There, half buried in dust, lay a set of antique porcelain buttons, likely from a high society gown. These weren't ordinary fasteners. Crafted in the Victorian style with hand-painted floral motifs, they represented the opulence of 19th century fashion imported from Europe. Historically, such buttons were status symbols, often made in limited runs by renowned ateliers in Paris. Their rarity could fetch a small fortune at auction, educating me anew on how even small items reflected the transatlantic trade that shaped American luxury. I pocketed them, eager for more. The overgrown garden behind the hotel yielded my next find as the detector screamed near an old fountain. Pulling up a gold cufflink studded with a tiny sapphire, I marveled at its craftsmanship from the Roaring Twenties. This era's jewelry captured the Jazz Age's exuberance, with pieces like this worn by flappers and financiers during Prohibition parties. Its historical value lay in symbolizing the cultural shift toward modernism, and experts might appraise it highly due to the gem's clarity. The hotel, once a hotspot for such revelry, made this discovery feel like a direct link to those vibrant nights. Dusting it off, I wondered who had lost it amid the laughter. Venturing into the basement, where dim light filtered through cracked windows, a persistent signal led me to a rusted safe partially embedded in the wall. Inside, after some careful prying, I found a collection of rare stock certificates from the hotel's founding company in the late 1800s. These documents weren't mere paper. They chronicled the rise of American tourism issued during the railroad boom that connected remote retreats to bustling cities. With signatures from prominent investors, their archival worth could intrigue historians, potentially valuing them in the collector's market for their insight into economic history. It was a tangible piece of the past financial ambitions. Upstairs, in a suite with peeling wallpaper, the detector guided me to a loose floorboard. Beneath it hid a vintage fountain pen, its nib engraved with the maker's mark from a prestigious Boston firm around 1910. Pens like this were tools of the literate elite, used to pen letters, contracts, and diaries during the Progressive Era. Their historical significance tied to the spread of education and business correspondence, making this one a gem for museums or auctions. I tested its weight in my hand, appreciating how it embodied the intellectual pursuits of guests who once lounged here. The ballroom, with its shattered chandelier remnants, buzzed with another hit near the stage. Digging revealed a platinum brooch shaped like a delicate feather, from the Art Deco period of the 1930s. This style flourished post-World War I, representing glamour and geometric elegance worn by Hollywood stars vacationing in such spots. Its value soared due to the metal's scarcity and the era's cultural icons, offering a lesson in design evolution. The hotel's faded opulence matched perfectly, stirring my curiosity about the performers who might have adorned it. Exploring the attic, cluttered with forgotten luggage, a sharp beep directed me to a small leather pouch. Inside were several Liberty Head gold coins from the 1890s, minted during the gold rush aftermath. These coins weren't just currency. They epitomized America's westward expansion and economic growth, with mint marks indicating rare San Francisco origins. Numismatists prized them for their purity and historical context, often commanding premium prices. Finding them here felt like unearthing a snapshot of prosperity hidden away. In a side wing that seemed like staff quarters, the detector led me to a tarnished brass keychain fob, engraved with the Hotel S emblem from its opening in 1885. Fobs like this were everyday artifacts but held value as relics of hospitality's golden age, when grand hotels symbolized progress. This one's intricate detailing reflected Victorian engineering pride, and its scarcity could interest collectors studying architectural history. As I examined it, the building's secrets seemed to multiply, each find building on the last, as I continued through the dimly lit corridors of the abandoned hotel. My detector gave its loudest, most insistent signal, yet right in the middle of what used to be the grand registration desk. The floorboards creaked under my weight as I knelt down and began scraping away decades of dust and debris. My heart pounded harder with every scoop of dirt. What could possibly be buried so deep in a place everyone had long forgotten? After several tense minutes, my trowel hit something solid and heavy. I brushed away the last layer and stared in disbelief at what lay before me. A small, ornate safe deposit box, still locked, with the hotel's original brass plaque intact. With careful effort, I managed to pry it open using tools from my kit. Inside, wrapped in faded velvet, was a stunning 18-karat gold pocket watch from 1892. Its face hand engraved with a scene of Niagara Falls and the original owner's initials. But that wasn't all tucked beneath. It was a handwritten letter dated 1893 from a prominent New York financier to his wife, detailing plans for one of the earliest luxury railroad excursions to the hotel. The watch itself was a masterpiece of American horology, made by a renowned Boston watchmaker during the height of the Gilded Age. Pieces like this rarely surface intact, and with the provenance of the letter, it could easily be worth tens of thousands, perhaps more, to serious collectors and museums. This wasn't just treasure. It was a time capsule of ambition, romance, and the explosive growth of American leisure travel. I sat back on the dusty floor, holding the watch in my palm, feeling the weight of history literally in my hands. Every beep from my detector that day had led to something incredible, but this final discovery tied it all together. The lavish parties, the elite guests, the dreams that built this place and then left it behind. I carefully wrapped everything up, my mind racing with the stories these items could tell. The abandoned hotel had guarded its greatest secret until now, and I had been the one lucky enough to hear its whisper. Thanks so much for coming along on this adventure with me today. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. Drop a comment below and let me know which find was your favorite. The silver locket, the gold cufflink, those rare coins, or maybe this incredible pocket watch and letter combo? I read every single one and love hearing your thoughts. If you enjoyed this hunt and want to see more forgotten places, hidden history, and unexpected treasures, make sure to join the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me keep bringing these stories to you. Until the next adventure, stay curious out there. See you soon.